All right. Shalom, shalom. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Raha Kakwadash, Yahweh, being the true name and the only name in the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashuan Kwadash, or the holy tongue who the world inwardly calls God. Yahweh Shai, being the true name and the only name in the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashuan Kwadash, or the holy tongue who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. Letting you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negroid and indigenous descent through the lineage of your fathers know you are the true children of Israel. Yasharala in the Paleo Hebrew meaning, he prince of the power. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well, who I learned from daily, brothers on down, likewise like-minded brothers who are scattered throughout this earth teaching the same doctrine. Akim and you Akbar, brothers and sisters who have returned to Yahweh Shem Shai and spirit and truth. I bid you a shalom. And you Israelite foreigners, you speckled birds who look like these heathen nations, but truly go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I bid you a shalom as well. And when these 17 heathen nations outside of Yasharala are reading the Bible, what are they truly reading? They are reading your history. So it's your brother, Amawan Yasharala, back out here through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, prayerfully with another edifying lesson for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. The hopefully elect, those that were imparted with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. The ears to hear and the eyes to see, man. And today's lesson is dealing with, man, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, will not get away with his crimes, man. These so-called white people will not get away with their crimes, man. So, contrary to popular belief, man, a lot of these people are walking around here totally oblivious to what's going on. When you read Ecclesiasticus, the 10th chapter and the 8th verse, it tells you about this transition of power. Well, that's what you're seeing right here through the spirit, man, a transition of power. It's happening spiritually, and then it's going to take effect physically here very soon, man. All right, boss. You already know. At the end of the day, man, we going to get straight into it, man, because I didn't set this out to be a very long lesson. It will be a quick hitter, man. Quick hitter, man. Few precepts through the spirit, man. And I got to go clock in, man. Go clock in, man. So let's just start, man. Let's just start here, man. Let's just start here. I want to start at Romans chapter 9. Romans chapter 9. And I want to start at the 11th verse. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai, according to election, might stand. Not of works, but of him that calleth. So you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of Jacob, the Israelites. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You are the children of Jacob, man. He is the progenitor of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You were elected. Elect is the root word of the word select, man. So elect is found in the word selected. Elected, man. You were selected to be the chosen, man. You know? And that's what this scripture is basically going into. The same way that these so-called white people were elected to be the wicked, man. The damn devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Let's continue. Verse 12. It was said unto her that the elder shall serve the younger. You can read about that in Genesis, the 25th chapter, man. Around the 23rd, 24th verse, I believe, man. Verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, whose name was changed to Israel. But Esau have I hated, who Esau's name was changed to what? Edom. So the biblical nationality of these so-called white people are the Edomites, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Shai. Let's go to Malachi, man. Let's go to Malachi to back that up. Let's go to Malachi to back that up, because we in this time where, it's a lot of new people coming in. And guess what? I'm a babe in the truth as well, man. So guess what? We want to put it out here just in case anybody come across that they can get, that they make it plain upon tables, man. You know what I mean? Making the wise simple, man. Making it simple wise, Salakia, man. By breaking it down to a simple fragment, man, simple fraction. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai to Israel by Malachi. Verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? because a lot of our people don't believe that they are the people because all the calamities, the catastrophes that we've been through, the slavery, the picking of the cotton, man, the hangings, the lynchings, the rape, the rob, the murder. You have been told since your time being over in Babylon the Great that you were the inferior people, man, and from a untrained eye, it was seen that way, right? Let's continue. Malachi 1 and 2, I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahweh. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, Yahweh. Yet I love Jacob. So he loved you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. He loved you, man. Because how do we know that you love? What is the best way to show your child love? Well, when he go off, when he or she is being disobedient, you punish them, man. You will punish them accordingly to the offense that they have made. And that's what your heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who loves only you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he did just that. Verse 3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains waste and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Verse 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. When was Edom impoverished? When they was up in them Caucasus Mountains, man, for them 1,000 years, man. When they was in the bottomless pit. You can read about that in Revelation, the 20th chapter, man. Revelation 20, starting at verse 1 and going to verse 3, man. And starting up again in verse 7, I believe, or 8. But let's continue. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. When you look around in this society, that's all these so-called white people are doing, man. They building, man. They cutting down trees, which trees provide oxygen to the human race, man. You know, that's why you running around with sinuses and all type of allergies, man. Because these people, these damn devils, Satan is adverse to nature, so he cutting down the trees and he building up them desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, host goes in the army, they shall build, but I will throw down. So that proves right there that who the world entity calls God and Jesus Christ are Negroes, man, because don't nobody else pop corn or I'm going to just be all the way frank, don't nobody else pop shit like the Negroes, man. Y'all going to build, but we going to tear it down, man. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And they shall call them the border of wickedness and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So indignation goes into righteous anger, righteous hatred, man. He hates the so-called white man. How do we know that he hates the so-called white man? The so-called white man has something called leprosy that you find in the Bible. He is the biblical leper. That is the lack of brown pigmentation. That's why the sun, too much sun, destroys these people, man. If the Creator loved you, he would have gave you melanin to protect you from the harmful rays of the sun, the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So let's get into it, man. That's enough for the introduction. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it, man. Let's get into the body bag, man. Because who the world only calls Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh Shai, is coming back to do what? The body bag. The nations outside, the 17 nations outside of Israel. But mainly the body bag who? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. You're going into 1,000 years hardcore bondage, slavery, and after that you're going to be burnt off the face of the earth. Body bag, man. Call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Amos chapter 1. Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For 3 transgressions of Edom, Edom is the so-called, that's the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, that's all they've been doing while they have been in rulership. Because Isaac gave Esau a blessing of the sword, man. Revelation 6 and 4 tells you what? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Revelation 6 and 4. Let's get that real quick. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. Let's get that real quick. And there went out another horse that was red. What is these so-called white people's true complexion? They red, man. They different shades of red. And there went out another horse that was red. Horse goes into power. Horse goes into power, man. Horses are representing the power. And there was another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Who has taken peace from the earth? The so-called white man. Everywhere he go, he's riling shit up. Over there in Uganda, they just got that. They just found $12 trillion worth of gold, man. Well, who gonna come over there? Esau, Edom, the eagle, man, the eagle. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat there on to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So that goes into his military. That goes into his biochemicals, man. That go into you damn fools who took that damn jab, who took that that C19, that potion. So it starts with his medicines all the way up to thermonuclear weapons, man. Let's go back to Amos. Let's go back to Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishments thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword. Who was his brother? Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, the progenitor, the forefather of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. He had 12 sons. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword and did cast off all pity. He had no pity for you, man. And they still don't got no pity for you. What they do to that boy, Jalen Walker up there in Akron, Ohio, man. They shot at him over 90 times, hit him 60 times, man. Huh? They got something that they covering up down there in Alabama, man. The brother went into his house, man. These damn devils, these damn so-called white people called the police on him, man. They sucked the dogs on him and let the dogs eat him alive, man. They won't even let the video out, man. They ain't even talking about it in their news station. The judge said, man, we're not gonna we're not gonna release the body cam footage, man. These people have no pity for you, man. Huh? They walk past you, they smile. When you read Psalm 62 and 4, they say what? Let's get that real quick. Because this is going through the spirit, man. Psalm 62 and verse 4. Let's just get it, man. How do they look at you when they walk past you? How do they treat you, man? Let's get it, man. Psalms chapter 62 and verse 4. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Because you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were created. You are the royalty of the earth. The earth was made for your sakes, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shim Yahushua, man. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They delight in lying to you, man. They told you were the inferior people of the earth. They told you that, guess what? Your immune system, you were the most susceptible to catch the C19. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. So they smile at you. They say, hey, how you doing, man? They even tell you, I love you. And guess what? Inside, man, they hate your guts, man. And actions speak louder than words. Kala, Yahweh, Shim Yahushua, man. So let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to Amos, man. Amos 1 and 11, man. And I'm going to read it straight through this time. Salaki. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishments thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And these people still killing you, man. They still up there in Baltimore, man. Somewhere in Baltimore, was that in Pennsylvania? One of the two. I think it's in Pittsburgh, somewhere in Pennsylvania. That's where it was, Pennsylvania, man. They beat the brother to death, man. They beat the brother to death, man, and hung him up on the playground set. They beat him to death and then made it seem like he hung himself at the playground set. And what did the damn police people say? Hey, man, it was no foul play, man. His anger did tear perpetually for you, man. Call Allah Yahweh by Shim Yahushua, man. And he was out there in the suburbs, too, out there where it wasn't up about 2% of you so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and Negroes, man. So let's continue, man. Let's go to Colossians, man. Let's go to Galatians, man. Because you got to pay for your transgressions. Edom, you so-called white people are going to pay for your transgressions, man. Because you put your hand on the Heavenly Father's chosen. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let's get that. Is that the apple of his eye, man? Let's get that. Salakia. I want to say it's Zechariah, man. I want to say it is, but I want to make sure we right, man. Let's get that. I was right, man. Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 8. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua of hosts. He's a man of He's a man of war. Host means armies. After the glory have he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. The 17 nations outside of Yasharala, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. After the glory have sent me unto the nations which spoiled you, because all of them have. What makes America this so-called top nation of the earth? You Israelites, man. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Your spending power. Your what does Matthew 5 and 13 and 14 tell you? You are the salt of the earth. You are a light that can't be hid that can't be hid, man. Meaning what? Anything that we do, the rest of the world does, man. What makes TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, what makes it go around? The so-called black culture, man. The Israelites, man. The 2/3 of our people, man, who are confused, who are without this light, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you, for he hath touched it. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye, man. So guess what? You nations, starting with Esau, Edom, you touch the apple of Yahweh, of the creator of the heaven and the earth, eye, man. You touch the apple of his eye, man, and you got to pay, man. So let's go. Let's go into it, man. Let's go into it. Let's go to Galatians. Galatians in the New Testament. Galatians in the New Testament, chapter 6 and verse 7. See, our people don't want to hear this, man. Our people don't want to hear it, man. Our people do not want to hear this, man. That's why you got to go. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So guess what? What did the so-called white man sow? Death, robbery, rape, buck breaking, slavery, Jim Crow, oppression, man. That's what he reaped. That's what he sold, man. So that's what he gonna get back. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Let's go to Colossians, man. You're not getting away with your crimes, man. Colossians chapter 3. Yeah, my phone wanna move slow. My phone all of a sudden wanna move slow, man. When we talking about you damn devils, man. Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. So, you have done wrong out here. You damn so-called white people, man. You done wrong by the Heavenly Father's chosen, man. The apple of his eye. Lock it. Take this off, man. We ain't out here going, man. Take this off. You have done wrong. You have done wrong by his chosen, man. The apple of his eye, man. Right? Colossians 3 and 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons, man. So guess what? You gonna reap what you sowed, man. You gonna reap what you sowed, man. Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Let's go to Exodus, man. The book of Exodus, man. Chapter 21. Exodus chapter 21. In verse 16. And he that stealeth a man, who stole men, Esau, Edom, along with you rest of you nations. The so-called white man did what? He went over there on the continent of Africa. He went to over there on the continent of Africa and did what, man? On the west coast, in confederation with the Arab man, in confederation with the so-called Africans, and did what, man? He was conduit. He was complicit. He was the main culprit of the slave trade. The so-called Jewish man, Amalek, the tribe of Amalek, owned them slave ships that brought you Negroes and you Israelites over here, man, to the Americas, Canada, and the Caribbeans, man. Don't get me wrong. The tribes of Gad and Reuben and the Northern Kingdom, all the tribes was already over here. But guess what? Majority of you Negro tribes, hey, man, he brought you over here on them slave ships, man. Call all y'all about Jim Yahushua and the sub-Saharan slave trade as well. Let's continue. Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, who stole men and sold them, man? None other than Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, man. Watch this. Or if he be found in his hand, is we not still over here in these people's possession, man? Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. So you so-called white people gonna be put to death, man. You get put down, man. Before you going into slavery, though, man. You got to get 1,000 years hardcore bondage, man. Our people ain't rejoicing about this, so you got to go with them too, man. But Esau, Edom, you gonna pay for your crimes, man. Let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12, man. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. How was America built? With blood, man. Whose blood? The saints, man. The blood of the saints, man. Matter of fact, man. I'm going to get that. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to the Spirit. Habakkuk 2 and 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. How was America established? How was Babylon the Great established? By iniquity, by bloodshed, by wickedness, man. Who is the hub of LBGTQ? None other than Babylon the Great, America, man. It was started over here, man. Let's go to Numbers, man. Let's go to Numbers, man. Chapter 35. Numbers. Chapter 35. In verse 33. And I ain't intending this to be long. Let me see what time period I'm on. Oh, yeah. Numbers 35 and 3. I'm going to get about a couple more, and I'm going to leave it where it's at, man. Numbers chapter 35 and verse 3. Huh. Matter of fact, I'm going to come back to that. I don't want that just yet. I don't want that just yet. Let me get Job chapter 3. Job chapter 3. And let's start about verse 6. Because it said, woe to him, it said, he that stealeth a man. Let's prove that the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, who is the devil that the Bible speaks of, he stole men and sold them. Joel chapter 3 and verse 6. The children also of Judah, you so-called Negroes, you Negroes of the Caribbeans, Americas, and Haiti, and Canada. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, the northern kingdom, the native tribes and the so-called Hispanics, Latinos, have ye sold unto the Grecians. Who is the Grecians? None other than these so-called white people, man. You are the Romans and the Greeks. You're not Australian. You're not European. You're not Hungarian. You're not German. You're not Scottish. You're not British. Those are all aliases, man. When you read Genesis chapter 4, it said that Cain would be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth. So if you're a fugitive, what do you need? You need a damn alias, man, AKA. And your AKA is European or Caucasian. No, you are Esau, Edom. You are the Edomites of the Bible, the people who the Lord have indignation forever. We read about that in Malachi 1 and 4, man. Joel 3 and 6 again. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, the so-called white man, that they might be removed far from their border. We way over here in a land where we ain't supposed to be. Behold, I will raise them out of their place, whether ye have sold them, and will return your recompense on your own head. So the same thing that happened to us is going to happen to you so-called white people, man. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, along with the other nations, man. Don't forget about you Chinese. We can't forget about you Arabs. We can't forget about you Africans. Because you Negroes ain't African, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah. So you so-called white people finna be getting sold. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And they shall sell them to the Sabians. So we're gonna sell you to the Africans, man. Call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. To a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has spoken it, man. Let's continue. Let's continue, man. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah chapter 30, Jeremiah chapter 30, and we're going to go to verse 16. Now, let's go to Jeremiah 16 and 16 first. Let's do that. Jeremiah 16 and 16 first. Behold, I will send for many fishers. So that's what we doing out here, man. We fishing for the elect. We fishing for the hopeful elect. Those who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, man. Who can understand this wisdom, knowledge, and its truth, man. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them. So we fishing still. Watch this. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes in the rocks. So these same men who are fishing, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai gonna give them spiritual powers to go and grab you so-called white people, who are the elite of your nation, who are running into those doomsday bunkers. And we're going to bring you up out of there, man. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. If I'm a part of that number, man. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, man. Right? That's why these so-called white people, the rest of these people, are going into the doomsday bunkers, man. Because they know the wrath of the Lamb, who the world only calls Jesus Christ, is coming for your ass, man. Call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Now let's go to Jeremiah 30 and 16, because this is the point. This is the point, man. Jeremiah 30 and 16. This is the point. And I'm going to leave it at this, man. Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured. So everybody who took part in destroying the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you finna be destroyed. That's the truth of the scriptures, man. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversary. What is an adversary? That means you're against me. That means you are adverse. All thine adversaries, your enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey, man. So he gonna give us y'all as the damn prey. We praying on y'all now. Call first we praying on you with this word, and then we gonna pray on you in real life. Call Allah Yahweh by somehow shot. Nah, let me revise that. We praying on you now with this word, and then we gonna pray for you and pray on you physically. Because this word is spiritual first, and then it comes to fruition physically, man. And I'm going to read this, verse 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, because they called thee an outcast, saying that this is Zion, who no man seeketh back. Man, I don't know what else to say, man. I don't know what else to say. Let me get something to back that up. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. Let me get something to back that up. Matter of fact, man, that don't need no backing, man. I'm going to read Jeremiah 30 and 16 one more time, man. I'm going to read that one more time, and I'm going to close with that. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be a devoured. So everybody who put their hands on us, starting with you so-called white people, you're going to be devoured, man. Call Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, all of our enemies, every one of them shall go into captivity. So you going into slavery. You so-called white people, you so-called Africans, you so-called Chinese, you so-called Japanese, you so-called Arab, all y'all going into captivity. You going into slavery. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy Bible, man. That's why they don't want the Bible in schools, man. That's why they don't want prayer in school, because they know the truth. The elites know the truth. Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So with that, man, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakakwadash, Yahweh being the true name and the only name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, who the world only calls God. Yahushai being the true name and the only name in the Paleo-Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, or the Holy Tongue, who the world only calls Jesus Christ. Letting you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of Negroid and indigenous descent through the lineage of your fathers know you are the true children of Israel, Yasharallah in the Paleo-Hebrew. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, who rule well and teach well, who I learn from daily. The brothers on down and the likewise like-minded brothers who are scattered throughout this earth, teaching the same doctrine. You Akim and you Aqua, you brothers and you sisters who have returned to Yahweh Shem Shine spirit and truth. I bid you a shalom, and you Israelite foreigners, you speckled birds who look like these heathen nations, who truly go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I bid you a shalom as well. And when these 17 nations outside of Yasharala are reading the Bible, what are they truly reading? They are reading your history. DTA, a Bob, a ball, hella soon, man. Kwam Yasharala.